Hello, friends. My name is Teacher Evelyn, and welcome back to my channel. I see that Heather has been writing in the chat box a little bit. I asked, what Spanish phrases would you like to learn? I'm starting a little bit early today because my family has plans and we're going to get going pretty soon. But I went ahead and went downstairs and I got my kids ready. I'm doing a little bit of crochet. I went ahead and got my kids ready and got them their cups of milk. We're going to go with my mother-in-law and do some clothing shopping because our kids are growing. So I'm going to wait just a minute for people to come. Oh, I've got a couple watchers. Hello, Kim Turner is here. And so we have Heather and Kim Turner. Okay, very good. So I'm going to answer a couple of the things that Heather was asking. I wrote in the chat box, tell me phrases in Spanish you'd like to learn. And she said, excuse me, where's the bathroom? So you don't have to say excuse me, but if you want to, like, for example, this is like, for example, if you're at a restaurant and you're asking the waitress, excuse me, like come here, or like, sorry to bother you, but like, excuse me. So you would say, disculpa. ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Dónde is where. Está is el, the, baño, bathroom. And baño is also the word for bathtub. Bathroom and bathtub are the same word in Spanish. Disculpa. So there are a few different ways to say excuse me. So I'm going to talk about that next. But disculpa is how you say, like, hey, excuse me, you know, in that, like, if you're at a restaurant, if you're interrupting someone, like if two people are talking, but you need to butt in politely, you can say, disculpa, tengo una pregunta. Excuse me, I have a question. You know, so disculpa is like, if you are sort of politely interrupting. But we have different times that we say excuse me in English, and it's not that word that's used in Spanish. Hey, Teacher Kelly. Yes, I'm on already. Teacher Kelly, my family has some plans this morning, so I'm starting early and I'm ending early. I've already got my kids ready and everything, but I wanted to go ahead and come in here real quick. So excuse me when you're interrupting someone is disculpa. But if you're saying, excuse me from the table, like, oh, con permiso. If you're saying like, oh, excuse me, I have to leave the table. So, you would say con permiso. Con, with, permiso. Con permiso. So, leaving the table. Like, if you're asking where's the bathroom, it's sort of like interrupting or asking them to come over. Disculpa, ¿dónde está el baño? Excuse me, where's the bathroom? And then to the other people at the table, when I want to leave the table, I say, con permiso, and I leave. Con, with, permiso, permission. With your permission, I'm going to skedaddle to the bathroom real quick. And then there's another situation where we say, excuse me, like if you sneeze, you don't really say anything. If I sneeze, I don't really say anything in Spanish. But if someone else sneezes, I say, salud. 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 That means health. You also say salud when you have a cup. Let me take this off. Salud. You're saying to your good health, you know, cheers. Or if someone sneezes, you say salud, like bless you, you know, be healthy. There is a joke in some countries that speak Spanish that the first time someone sneezes, you can say salud. because you're wishing them good health. And the second time they sneeze, you can say dinero, which is money. So you're wishing them money. And then the third time they sneeze, you wish them amor, love. So health, money, love. And the fourth time they sneeze, you say hospital, hospital. Like 4 sneezes, you need to go to the hospital. So when you say, like, I say in English when someone sneezes, one time I'm like, bless you, bless you, bless you. You know, each time they sneeze, I'm like, you're triply blessed, you're quadruply blessed. Okay, that's enough blessings. So anyway, if someone sneezes, you say salud. And if someone is eating, you can say buen provecho. Buen provecho. You may have heard bon appetit, which is good appetite in French. People say bon appetit when you're eating your meal, and that's commonly known in America, but that's a French expression meaning good appetite, enjoy your meal. In Spanish, we say buen provecho, good providence, you know, good, enjoy what's been provided to you. Okay. So I'm going to scroll up and answer some of the questions. So yeah, Danny, my first core GoGoKid class was today. And basically there was 31 slides, and I tried to have my student do almost all of the reading, but then I would underline the words that she got wrong and I would correct her. But since there was 31 slides, we just had to keep it moving. So I would have her read it, and then we would, I would just correct those words she got wrong. She would repeat me, and we would go on to the next slide. And when we got towards the end of class, there was like 2 more minutes and like 7 more slides. So the last few slides, I read them. And we finished at 27 minutes, and I real quick wrote my feedback and went to my VIPKID classes. If you see me looking down, I'm crocheting a little bit. So yeah, that's the question for Danny. Heather asked me a couple questions, scrolling up. She said, I have some questions about lessons today and how you would handle them, Evelyn. For instance, have you ever watched a short clip of your classes? I have one where we finished early and we were discussing toys. I played Mary Poppins, Let's Go Fly a Kite. So I have a few props for toys. Like I have this kite that I use. I have like a yo-yo. I don't have a robot, but I might like do the robot. Can you do the robot? So those are some of the common toys that they talk about. But I ask them to show me their favorite toy, and I'll show them, this is my favorite toy, you know, or something like that. So extending with toys. It's fine to play music. I've just never done that, but that's fine, I think. So, and then you said also, I had a regular student who finished his project and showed it to me. Should I still encourage him to bring it to his next class? I've had that happen before where the student does the project, but that's not the class they're supposed to show it in. So I would say, oh, that's great. Thank you. You did a great job. Keep it so that if you have another class, you know, with me or another teacher, you'll have it to show. But if I have another class with that student and I'm in the next class with them and they're supposed to show their project and they lost it or they don't have it anymore, I'll remember that they showed it to me and I'll say, that's okay. You showed me last time. I still give you the points. Good job. You know, so that's my 2 cents about that. Kim Turner said, Heather, I have played a short clip before. Oh, like a short video clip. Yeah. The parent didn't mind at all. What I have done before, the video clips I've showed before is when we had to make videos for VIPKID to show our students, and they had to be like less than a minute long, like 45 seconds or something. And I made them for these contests, and then I got like no likes on them. I showed them to my students. Like if I had 45 seconds till class, I would hold it up to the camera if my student was early, and I would hold up my phone and let them watch watch the video that I made it for them to watch, you know. So I'd show them before class. So one thing I wouldn't do is don't show like a whole lot of video clips all the time. One thing I've done before is when we're talking about the zoo or talking about elephants, if I have a video clip from me going to see the zoo, see the elephants, I have showed like a short, like 2-3 second clip of elephants and or a short clip of like polar bear or whatever that I've taken at the zoo, or I've shown them photos of my kids and I at the zoo. I also have printed photos. These are the 3 most common photos. Well, 4. I'll show you a few. When we're talking about animals, I say, this is my cat, you know. And when we're talking about family, I say, this is my family. So I say, or if my student's crying or scared of me, I say, I'm a mama. You don't have to be scared of me. When we talk about friends or best friends, these are my 2 best friends. I won't focus. Sometimes it doesn't always focus, but, and when talking about activities we like to do, I like to play ping pong. So that's actually me playing ping pong right there. And the funny thing is, this picture, I was sleeveless, but I drew sleeves on because it's debatable whether or not it's appropriate to show your shoulders in Chinese culture. So anyway, I just colored in some sleeves. So let me scroll down and see what all you guys are talking about. So yeah, I had my GoGoKid class this morning. I was not nearly as restless because when I had my first class with a mentor, I was like super restless the night before and worried and waking up a lot. And I was so frustrated with myself that I didn't sleep well before that class, that last night I was just like, you know what? I got this. I need sleep. I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to do this. So I didn't end up printing off pictures of, what's it called? I didn't end up printing off pictures of like Dorothy and the Tin Man and stuff. I might do that later on if I have that class excessively. But we just talked about the story. I thought it was a little bit crazy that it was just questions about the story and we never actually read the story. So it made me wonder if they've read it in a former class or if I'm just supposed to explain it to them. I just sort of explained it a little bit so that it would make sense, you know. So anyway, that was kind of strange, but I'm just getting used to a new curriculum. So yeah. Okay, Danny said, I'm going to teach us wait a moment, please, for Chinese tomorrow, because when I refresh, I want to say that. Very nice. So check out Danny's live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on Danny Happy Farms, Louisiana. Kim Turner said, my husband would hear hospital a lot. He gets sneezing fits. Teacher Kelly, hi, everyone. Be right back. Okay. I have a short notice class booked for tomorrow at 6 a.m. and then cancel right away. So I have a free short notice student. Wait, SNS is okay. I wish GoGoKid had short notice started so I could open them and get paid double soon. Yeah. GoGoKid mentioned that they're doing short notice, but they didn't mention if they're going to pay any extra. So I'm guessing they're not going to, but I'm no expert on GoGoKid. I'm a newbie. I'm a veteran in one company and a newbie in the other, but I'm catching on quicker than I would if I didn't have experience, right? Yeah, they're not paying extra, Kelly said. Oh, Danny said she's never had that class about, yeah, I taught a 12-year-old and she was pretty good at reading, but she got several words wrong. So, well, not several, like 1 to 3 per slide. So that was an interesting lesson. I was able to tell her, you know, I live in Kansas and I've seen tornadoes. I said, are there tornadoes where you are? She said, no. I said, yeah, there's a lot of rain and wind where you are, right? One of my students was putting in eye drops in class today, and I said, I have eye drops too. Allergies. I understand you. You know. So, yeah. All right, what else was I going to talk about? Yeah, my GoGoKid class. You know what I'm crocheting? And I'm making a tutorial video about how to crochet. I'm crocheting a uni. Some people in GoGoKid land call it an egg, but let me show you this picture. Maybe in some pictures it looks like an egg. I don't know. But this is Uni, the unicorn, the mascot. It's not an egg. It's a unicorn. Somebody was like, in the GoGoKid group on Facebook, somebody was like, I want to go to China just to meet my students and get a uni. It's going to be my most expensive prop. And I was thinking uni, like unicycle, like unibrow, like what university? I said, pardon my ignorance. What's a uni? And they said one person said it's the egg character, and then the other person said it's a unicorn. And when looking at the picture, it looks like a unicorn to me, but I think maybe they have sometimes it looks like an egg, sometimes it looks like a unicorn. I don't know. So this is going to be the size around its head is going to be. So I'm crocheting my own little unicorn uni. Because I'm not going to China to go get one anytime soon. So I'm going to make my own. So I heard that you can get a badge for workshops if you take 20 workshops with GoGoKid. I'm like, maybe I'll take a couple. I'll start off with a couple. I'll work up to it, but I'm not taking 20 all at once, that's for sure. Do you know how long it's been since I've taken a workshop from VIPKID? Like a long time. So I should probably get on that. But I watch YouTube videos all the time, and that's kind of the same thing. Just kidding. Not really. I also keep up on the news on Facebook and Hutong. Oh, excuse me. I'm about to sneeze. Woo. Oh, I knew there was another way of saying excuse me. Okay, the other way of saying excuse me is perdón. Pardon. Perdón. In French, you say pardon-moi, pardon-moi, pardon me. In Spanish, you can say perdóname, which is forgive me. Perdóname, forgive me. But if you just say perdón, it's like pardon. So if I've already interrupted your conversation and I realize now that what I did was rude, I say, oh, perdón. Disculpa. Perdón. Okay. Okay. I've never done a VIPKID workshop and only done mandatory ones with iTutor. That's why I have to call insurance. Never, Kim? Oh my, Kelly. No way. So I took a workshop about like setting up your profile and stuff, basically marketing yourself. And I took a workshop on trials, but I took those like over a year ago. So I should probably think about taking some more. So yeah, I will show you Uni the Unicorn when I finish it later. I was taught how to crochet by a friend in college who her dorm room had shelves and shelves of just the most adorable crocheted little things. And so I stuffed animals and characters and elves and things, and she would sell them online. So I learned how to make things. And so I made like Mike and Meg, And my microphone. I made a crochet dino puppet, but I haven't put it away because I wasn't proud of it. I've also made like a crochet manger scene and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, I saw people online saying they wish they had a Uni the Unicorn. I was like, I'm going to make my own because this is what I do. I like being creative. I like having ideas of what to make. So, yeah. Y'all should come. Oh, I'm going to a thing at VIPKID Central Standard Time today. Oh, the meeting. I think we have to sign up, right? On the Hutong or on the Fresh Desk? Fresh Desk, probably? I'm not sure. Fresh Desk, yeah. Man, I need to sneeze, guys. So yesterday, being a stay-at-home mom, I get a shower like once a day or once every other day sometimes, if I'm real exhausted. But yesterday is the first time in a long time that I basically had like 3 showers within 24 hours because my allergies have been bothering me so much. I just like kept taking showers to just try to like wash my eyes and nose and throat all out so that I can breathe and feel normal again. So anyway, but yeah, my sweet little boy hurt his ankle, guys. We took our kids to ride bikes at the park, and my little boy was riding on my husband's bike, and they crashed. And, well, my little boy stuck his foot in the wheel, and they fell over, and, well, the bike kind of flipped and stuff, so I thought he had broken his ankle at first because he wouldn't walk on it and it was swollen. And I was going to take him to the doctor yesterday. I'm talking about my little boy. He's not even 2 yet. I'm so thankful that he didn't hit his head, but it's obviously not broken now because he's walking completely normally. But let me show you guys a picture. This is what his ankle looks like right now. My poor baby. That's his heel and his ankle. So yeah, it looks like that. So he wasn't walking on it because it's real bad bruised, but he's walking normal again. I was going to take him to the doctor yesterday, but we ended up putting medicine on it and waiting a little bit to see how he would do. And he was crawling on it and he was limping on it, and then he started walking normal. So my poor baby. I'm just glad he didn't break a bone. So, all right, I'm going to have to get going in a little bit. My kids are calling me. My mother-in-law and I doctored up my son yesterday and helped him. There's this thing called menthol that's from Ecuador that they put on wounds like that, and it really helped his swelling go down, and it really helped him feel a lot better. So we applied it several times yesterday, and then we'll probably put some more on today, but he's walking normally now, praise God. So that was really scary. Hindsight's 2020, right? At first, I was telling my husband, no way, no how, you're not letting my baby ride on the bike with you. But then I saw how he had it all set up nice with, like, he used, don't do this at home, guys. Don't do what we did. He, took him, he had him like this, you know. And they had a fun time. They were having a blast. But he ended up sticking his foot in the wheel. So my husband used a pillow and a bungee cord, and he made like a seat for our son, and he taught our son how to hold the handlebars, and he had him, and when they were going slow it was fine, but my husband started gaining confidence and was going a little bit too fast, I think. So we're never ever doing that again. I told him, nope, from now on, he's wearing a helmet and he's going to have his own little tricycle. And we're just not, the parents aren't going to ride bikes. We're just going to help them ride bikes. So I live and learn. Parenting, man. I'm just so thankful that he didn't hit his head. He didn't get a concussion. He didn't crack his skull or anything. He just got a nasty bruise on his ankle. So yeah. Wow. Teacher Kelly said, make sure he wears a helmet. My son broke his arm from a bike and the helmet kept him from having a concussion. Wow. Yeah. I fractured my ankle when I was 10 riding a bike. So I was real worried that Joshua had fractured his ankle, but he's walking normally on it now, but it's still bruised up. Basically, he bruised it pretty bad. But yeah. I'm so thankful it wasn't worse than it was. So yeah. Basically my little boy was riding right here and he stuck his foot in the wheel here, so the bike flipped up like this. So that wasn't good. Anyway. So live and learn. My husband and I learned never do that. So that made me feel ignorant that I even let it happen. Because the thing is, I tend to be real like, no way, you're not doing that with our kids, bossy. But then I'm like, I don't want to be just constantly like the naggy wife, the one that's constantly making people not have fun, the one that's making my husband not want to hang out with us because I'm too naggy and mean and they can't do this, they can't do that. So I try to choose my battles and I try to be nice. And I was like, no, you're not. I started to say, no, you can wear him as a baby carrier on the baby carrier on your back. And then I was like, no, our baby carrier, he's too big for it now. I was like, no. So needless to say, I chose the wrong battle not to battle because I was like, oh, heck no, he can just ride in the stroller and you guys can ride bikes. But the thing is, Dad, my husband, he wanted to ride his bike all around and I was going to have to pull Deborah, who doesn't know how to pedal yet. She's 3. Esther can pedal, and then push Joshy in the stroller. I'm like, I can't do all this. So David was offering to have Joshy ride on the bike with him. I'm like, okay, next time we're not doing that. So next time Daddy doesn't get to bring our bike and ride it, or we can get like one of those little contraptions where they ride behind us. They kind of ride in a little covered wagon thingy. Oh my goodness. Covered wagon was not the right term, but you know what I'm talking about. Terrifying situations with kids. It's just so that made me feel like a horrible parent, and my husband, I'm sure too. So we have to get going in 5 minutes, but I'm so sorry. Yeah. I have the tendency of just like being like, no, you're not doing that. That's not safe, blah, blah, blah. No watching scary movies, no watching action movies with my innocent little kids around watching it. I don't want to see, I don't want them to see somebody die on the TV. You know what I mean? They're going to have like nightmares and I'm going to have to deal with it, So no, we're not watching any of that when our kids are home and stuff. So I tend to be the stickler, the one that makes everything not fun for Daddy, but I really want to encourage him to be involved in his kids' lives, and so I try to back off and compromise on things and stuff, and sometimes like I try not, because he says I'm constantly pushing him away because I'm too like I get mad easily about stuff. And the thing is, being a stay-at-home mom with little kids, it's not the easiest job in the world. It's not the hardest, but it's hard. And like the parenting book I'm reading, like you can't save them and protect them from everything. But you can try. Well, when they're real little, like, your job is to protect them, you know? But anyway, my poor baby. But yeah. Heather said, but the saying goes, if ifs, ands, and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a wonderful Christmas. What? Now my kids are rabies paranoid. Okay, I need to scroll up. I don't know what y'all are talking about. So, thank you, Kim, for saying I'm not a horrible parent and accidents happen. I was saying to my husband the night that it happened, I was saying, you're a good dad. Accidents happen. I was saying all that nice stuff. Then the next day, I had told one friend about it so that she could pray that he wouldn't have a broken ankle. And my husband decided to get all mean and be like, why are you telling her our business? And that friend, blah, 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 and started talking bad about my best friend. I was like, you know what? You need to be more careful with our kids. You're never doing that situation ever again. So I was real nice to him the night that it happened. But when he started being a jerk about other people that he didn't need to be, I started going in on him a little harder and saying, you know what, that wasn't a smart situation. That wasn't a smart idea that you did that. And we're not doing that ever again. And he agreed with me. So marriage, am I right? Doesn't come with a guidebook. There's a lot of people who write guidebooks about marriage and parenting, but like, ugh. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are talking about your kids being paranoid about like Lyme and rabies. It's good to be aware. Okay. I've made my daughter paranoid about stranger danger. Because one day I went to the grocery store and my husband was supposed to be watching our kids, right? But instead of watching our kids, he was mowing the lawn and he had them out on the front porch, which is closed in, and it had and so he says, oh, I'm watching them. I'm cutting the grass and they're playing there. I don't like him doing that. And I'm like, only at the grocery store, like 20 minutes. Come on, just like hang out with your kids, watch your kids. But he's like, no, I'm cutting the grass. I'm watching them. So I'm not trying to dog on my husband, but like moms are different than husbands. Am I right? So I'm going to do a little bit of makeup while we're talking because my eyebrows are bothering me. I have like blonde eyebrows, so they look like patchy right now. Makeup's like half wiped off, mostly wiped off, all wiped off. I'm not sure. So he went downstairs to put the lawnmower away. And you guys know we don't live in a great neighborhood. Okay, so now my eyebrows look freaking weird. Okay, well, it is what it is. Okay, so then he went out of sight of our children. And while he was out of sight, some people got out of a car and were trying to talk to my kids. I suspect they were Jehovah's Witness because they were all dressed nice and they were asking, where's your mom? And my daughter's like, my mom's at the grocery store. And then like they got in the car and drove away. And like my daughter told my husband there was this lady talking to her. So when I get home, my husband's like, oh my gosh, this lady was talking to our kids. And I was like, where were you? He's like, oh, well, I was cutting the grass and then I was just putting the lawnmower away for just a couple minutes. And I'm like, the thing is, in the neighborhood we live in, you don't leave the kids on the front porch alone because there's weirdos. There's a lot of weirdos and creepers in our neighborhood. You know what I mean? So I had to teach Esther. I said, Esther, like, you don't need to talk to, you don't owe anyone a conversation. You don't need to talk to strangers because even if they're dressed nice, we don't know like their intentions, you know? You don't need to tell them my mom's at the grocery store. They didn't ask, where's your dad? Or she would have said my dad's right nearby or whatever. But like, I explained to her that, you know, a lot of people are nice, but we don't know which ones are and aren't. And she was like, no strangers live in our neighborhood. And I was like, baby, a stranger is anyone that you don't know. And so then she got really freaked out. And she was like, she thought the strangers were going to eat her. I'm like, honey, she's 4, she's confused. So like at night, she doesn't want to go to sleep because she's afraid the strangers are going to get her. So I had to be like, Esther, come on, sweetheart. Strangers aren't going to get you. I said, your mommy and your daddy are right here. And Jesus has his angels all around you, protecting you. And the strangers aren't going to get in our house. We have an alarm on our house. Like, go to sleep. You know what I mean? But so just that, finding that balance of like teaching your kids safety without terrifying them or scarring them for life. So haven't found that balance yet, working on it. But yeah, don't leave your kids on the front porch if you live in a rotten neighborhood. Our neighborhood is like mediocre. It's kind of like not too dangerous in the day, but at night, maybe not so great. You know, some people say there's drive-by shootings around in our area. I haven't witnessed or seen or heard of any. Well, we've lived here, but we sometimes hear gunshots at night, but usually it's just people like shooting in the air because they're a bunch of drunk weirdos. I don't know. But we don't play outside at night, basically. So I am dropping a stitch every 8 or so stitches. I'm actually not counting because this is how I do sewing and crocheting. I just kind of make up my own patterns and make it up as I go and do that. So yeah, I love my husband and I try to encourage him to spend time with his kids and stuff. But like I spent all of my childhood, adolescence, and adulthood caring for children, either baby dolls, my younger sister, babysitting, working at daycares, working in elementary school. So I've been caring for children all of my life. And my husband hasn't, it just hasn't been his forte. He hasn't cared for any younger siblings or children or babysat or anything. And so taking care of kids is really new and foreign for him. And it's really second nature for me. So I try not to make him feel dumb when he does something that's like a big no-no when you're taking care of kids, because I try to remember, like, I don't know how to change the oil on a car or change a tire, and he knows those things. So like he's better at those kind of things. And so our abilities complement each other. So trying not to make him feel less than when obviously he is very intelligent and smart and a good man and a good provider and a hard worker and everything. So, all right, I have to get going. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This is what I've got on Uni so far. This is going to be the top of her head or midsection of Uni the unicorn's head. Okay, what did Heather say? Kim Turner said she's more lenient. If they are hurt, it's okay. Yeah, I go a little bit of both. Danny said thumbs up the live, y'all. Thank you. Marianne is here. Hello. Kim Turner said, Marianne, I'm going to make you a moderator. Welcome to the moderator club. Kim Turner said, my husband is a stickler parent. Yeah. Heather said, that's right. That's why we have mom and dad. The two complement one another. That's right. Oh boy. I almost became one years ago. There's so much I could say about them. I'm so glad I'm out of that. Stay far away from them. I think I've lost something. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Maybe it was something I was talking about and I forgot. Yep. The Australian Royal Commission had hearings on how they held secret over 1,000 molestation cases. Oh my gosh. Oh, stay far away from strangers. Are we talking about stranger danger? I had to teach more safety when we moved to the States. My kids know to stay near me when we are out. Yeah. Our area has had a massive increase with shootings. My area has shootings too. It's becoming another Gary, Indiana. That's not good. after we moved, I was told our area is known as Vietnam. The area I live in is a county called Wyandotte County, and it is nicknamed Crime Dot by Evelyn. Oh, staying away from Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah. Okay. My mother-in-law's calling me, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hello.